It's Dalen with Redeeming Day. Thanks for being with me today. Once again, we have a topic that is way too depthy for 5 minutes, but I'm going to do my best to talk about a deeper foundation. And I'm going to relate that to some of the things in my life, and maybe you can relate it to some of the things in your life, right? Because we cannot build a house unless we have a good foundation, right? I was in construction for many years, many years. And if we didn't have a firm foundation, right? If there were cracks in the foundation or if it wasn't laid square correctly by an engineer, then you're not going to be able to support whatever you're trying to build on top of that foundation. And I had a son who played football for many years, and I used to watch him and marvel. He played on the line, and I would think, how can he get up and get down and get up and get down and be so strong and stay standing, then get knocked down, then get back up? Well, you know why? Because he had a firm foundation in his body. He had built a strong foundation. And every time he got knocked down, he got back up. And that is why he was able to excel so far in football and be able to do so well and protect the quarterback because he had a strong foundation. Well, I want to build a strong foundation in my spiritual life. I want to go deeper with God to know that when a storm comes up, I'm going to be able to stand, right? That's kind of been my theme and my message since the things have happened in my life that have happened. So a lot of you know me, but some of you don't know me, and I've lost my husband and my daughter. And those are strong storms, right? Those are things that could knock you over and you can't get back up. But I have built a strong foundation, and that's something I want to encourage you to do. Just one video here or there or a 1-hour sermon on Sunday isn't going to do it. You need to stay connected to God, like I'm always talking about, right? In Sunday school, some of us that went to Sunday school in the past, we heard that story about the wise man builds his house upon the rock. The foolish man builds his house upon the sand. Well, why is that? Because when the storms come, right, the one that's built on the rock, the firm foundation, will stand. So I did like a tiny little investigation this morning on palm trees, right? And there is palm trees that have shallow roots, and there are palm trees that have deep roots. Well, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the ones with the shallow roots. When the hurricane comes, what happens? They blow over, they're ripped up out of the ground, and that's it. They stay down. But there's also a bunch of species of palm trees that have deep roots, and they go down deep into the ground. And when the hurricane comes, they blow all the way over, but then when the storm is over, they pop back up. Well, that's a pretty good analogy for us, for what happens when something comes against us. If our foundation is deep and rooted in the truth, rooted in the fact that God's promises are for us, and we know where we're going, when this life is over, right? And if you don't know that, if you don't know for sure that you're going to heaven, today is a good day to figure that out, to know that Jesus Christ died for you so that you will have eternal life with him. That is the step one of having a firm foundation. Okay, you need to know that. And then you can go deeper into that hope, like we were talking about last week. You can start to build the strong foundation that you can build on top of, because without the foundation being solid, your house isn't going to stand. So I thought that was worth talking about today. It takes steps, it takes intention. It's not going to just happen, but I love that little song from my childhood. The wise man builds his house upon the rock. I'm going to build my house upon the rock, right? We're sealed with that truth if we know him. Dig into it, go after it. The promises of God are true for you, they're true for me, and they help us build that solid foundation. So thanks for listening. I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.